It's Sunday, the 22nd of January 2017. This is a chart update for the US dollar gold price. Gold's had a fairly good performance the last 3 or 4 weeks. After that steady down move since the Trump election, obviously that was a bit of a head fake, I guess you could call it, initially going up and then going down as a kind of against expectations if Trump was to win. But I think some of those initial expectations before he won, a lot of those sort of uncertainties that most people thought the price would go up, a lot of those still apply. So I think there's still a fairly sort of bullish scenario for gold. I've been following this move recently, and I thought it probably was going to pause around 1200. The reason I say that is for those who have watched this video before, I've talked about this sort of generally these up moves tend to repeat quite consistently. And this sort of $100 move tends to be, you can see it here, it was sort of matched the range of this up move in the first 6 months of last year, and you can see it's kind of an exact match there as well. But it hasn't moved down in the last week, which has been quite encouraging. Gold tends to be volatile at the top, so you tend to see those moves where it'll spike down 20 or 30 bucks. But it looks well supported here. I'd like to see a little bit more sideways consolidation before we can see a move potentially higher. There's not a lot of resistance above, maybe until sort of 1240. So maybe a couple more days of sideways consolidation, and then I think there's a good chance of it moving toward 1240. Beyond that, it's probably going to depend on other markets. The US stock market in particular. I think, as I said, I think some of that uncertainty around Trump hasn't really changed in the last 2 months. The market's had that sort of irrational exuberance type of atmosphere in the US stock market in particular. And I think maybe now when the realities sort of set in, there might be some, you might see some fairly large down days in the US stock market now that Trump's in office. So I think it's been a good performance the last few weeks, and I think it's probably a good time to just stick with it. I'm not selling any of my positions now after taking a few profits, but I think I'm a little bit more bullish after this, what looks like it could be a consolidation. So I'm holding most of my gold stocks.